Throughout the Arctic regions of the world, massive glaciers which have stood for thousands of years are collapsing, crumbling into millions of pieces, melting into liquid water, and draining into the ocean. These timeless giants are obliterated in the blink of the eye of their lifetime, and the culprit is global warming. But so what if a bit of ice is falling into the ocean? Who cares?
Not only does the increasing global temperature destroy the habitat of Arctic animals, it also drastically raises the sea level. In a few centuries, the sea level will have risen so much that cities like San Francisco, New York, and London will be completely underwater, along with thousands of miles of coastal territory. At the rate we're going, if we don't fix our greenhouse gas emissions by the 22nd century, this fate will become inevitable.
The pictures and graphs below label the maximum effect of an 8 and 10 meter water level increase, respectively, and as you can see, the effects are astonishing. However, a 10 meter water level increase doesn't even begin to scratch the surface of the threat posed by global warming. The melting of East Antarctica alone would raise the sea level by more than 50 meters, and is a serious threat considering that recent findings have shown that it is actually at risk of melting, which was previously considered impossible. However, it is unlikely that our government would enforce a switch from fossil fuel-based factories to clean energy because we won't make money from it, and the big oil companies will never lessen their stranglehold on our society.
Fortunately for Earth and its population, various groups of people have stood up against climate change and have rallied together to fight corporations and governments that continue to support the mass production of fuels which produce greenhouse gases. The IPCC, otherwise known as the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, is a great example and has raised hundreds of organizations such as the Sierra Club, Greenpeace, Idle No More, and 350.org. These groups are at the forefront of the fight against climate change and have made a serious dent in the way governments and corporations see this global change.
One specific group, 350.org, is not only easily accessible, but also a favorite of the populace. The number 350 was actually created by one of IPCC's reports. As to save the planet's atmosphere, the global carbon dioxide level had to reduce from 400 ppm to 350 ppm. Thus, a group of university students founded 350.org with the purpose of raising awareness of the threats posed by global warming in an effort to create mass rallies and gain the attention of the Congress officials.
No matter how small the deed, it is vitally important that you do it. What you can do to fight global warming is not only incredibly simple, but it will also save you money as you're saving the environment. One example is to turn off appliances when they're not being used or needed. This means turning off the TV when you're going into another room, and leaving the lights off during the day. Another example would be the 3 R's: reduce, reuse, and recycle. By recycling everyday things like plastic bottles, cans, and other things harmful to the environment, you help reduce the number of those items that circulate throughout our society and help to keep them out of landfills, saving about 2,500 pounds of potential carbon waste.
But by far, the biggest thing you can do to help is to spread awareness of global warming and the various threats it poses. If you are able to educate your peers and family about the astonishing effect that climate change has on Arctic glaciers and, in turn, sea level, you will become a major force in stopping global warming and maybe even reversing it.
We are the last generation that has a chance to stop what is happening today. There will be people that do not believe in global warming or refuse to see the gravity of the situation at hand. But we will tell them what Evo Morales said to these exact same people. Sooner or later, we will have to recognize that the Earth has rights to live without pollution. What mankind must know is that human beings cannot live without Mother Earth, but the planet can live without humans.